Karen Bonafilio, Inner Realms, Outer Journeys. Guess who we have back on today? We have Robert back on, and he's going to share some things that I think you're going to be really interested in. He's going to, and I hope I remember everything, he's going to be talking about energy and duality and finding peace. Was that it, Robert? Or did
And
I miss
freedom.
something?
Freedom.
Okay, freedom. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to let you take it away and I'll just ask some questions as we go along. Does that sound okay?
Sounds wonderful.
Okay, cool.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. So the journey that will be sharing is about how to get to freedom and peace and what gets in the way. So my journey, which started many years ago, I had gotten caught up, as most everyone, in duality. And duality has a lot to do with saying yes when we want to say no, being happy, being sad. And dualities also has to connect with the male energy and female energy. It has to do with doing, not doing. It's all that encompasses who we are.
Sounds like it's opposites.
Opposites, correct. Yeah,
Okay.
we're in the realm of opposites. So when we're born and we choose to be here, we're here to learn. And how in this journey is to get past the duality of opposites. So one way to get to freedom, let me give an example of someone doing something that they don't really want to do. And let's say a person is being asked to do something and they don't really want to do it, and they do it anyway. So one of the things this person might get in touch with is, damn, I'm not being in my truth, or I'm not in my power. So in this journey, we want to get to the point where we're releasing the inability to use our power.
Okay.
Or the inability or the fear of not being in our truth. So another example would be a person's got a job, and in the job they set a goal. And in that goal, they have an expectation of being successful. So let's say when they get to this goal, and it doesn't turn out to be exactly what one had hoped for. So this person then gets upset with the expectation, or perhaps even on a deeper level, they're associating with who they are in what they do. And this can be with both the masculine and feminine energy.
Okay.
And so what is energy? Well, we hear about it a lot. Well, energy is everything that we do. It has a lot to do with what we think. It has to do with what we feel. So thank God we're not made out of stone. So we're going to have a lot of feelings that come up with who we are. And yes, we become angry, we become sad, we become all these various things. So I remember one of the ways to understand what was getting in the way for me being free. I'm walking and all of a sudden, geez, boy, you're attached to being liked. Oh, where's that coming from?
Was that a message you received?
Yeah, I felt it. It came about. I said, yeah, I'm attached to being liked. Well, what's that about? And to get to freedom, we don't have to know the very details of why. It does help because it augments what we're going to do a little later and what I'll show you. It augments our ability to become free as we start to pay attention. So I had another person who want us to be accepted. So a person goes to work, right? And they play the games at work, or person doesn't say, geez, what you said really hurt me, or that really bothered me. But they'll go along with it because of that part of them that needs to be that
The
acceptance.
acceptance. And
Yeah.
so not being true to themselves. They're not speaking what really is their truth to that person.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Well,
And
and I think women, and I can speak for myself, that we have expectations put on us. We're expected to do this and do that. I know that I had expectations from my parents,
right.
and now when I look back on it, it didn't serve me. It didn't serve anybody that was involved, and I wish I would have made some different decisions. So, is this what you're helping us do with working with the energy?
Yes, getting past everything that holds us back from our inner truth, releasing the false self, coming to our true selves. And our true
Mm,
selves has to do with being totally honest in who we are. That's one aspect. The other aspect of this, especially for those who are making inroads on the spiritual path, is to
yes.
start to be aware of whatever the attachments are. So again, that attachment
Mm.
can be the need to be liked, the attachment to be accepted, and the attachment to be affirmed. So when we release that, we then become free of those aspects of how we view ourselves.
But don't we grow up with that?
Oh, yes, we grow
Okay,
up with
so we're
that.
trying to break decades of things that have held us back.
So that augments freedom. The
Okay.
idea of freedom is we can go past, we don't always have to go into understanding the exact reasons of why. So
Okay.
we have Eastern thought and then we have Western psychology. So we're born in the West. So
Hmm.
in the West, we like to get through the points of what keeps us from being whole. So in India, and I have been there, in India, they may do a lot of deep meditations. That gets them to the point of freedom. And it doesn't mean that we don't do it here in
Hmm.
our Western culture. But again, we don't have to go to a psychiatrist, a therapist to find out all the ins and outs, do the inner child work and find out and letting the inner child know how much we love them. We don't have to do that.
So
So
is that what you're doing when you have your sessions, is getting us in touch with the inner child?
it's part of it, but I'm
Okay.
also helping people get to the point of being free. As I mentioned earlier, it augments our freedom. When we know what's going on, it enhances the freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we'll get to in shortly.
Okay.
So my journey, again, going back to my journey uh, in 1970, and in that time period, those early years, the energy wasn't as prevalent as it is now for people to make a shift in who they are. It seems like now
Right.
people are wanting to know, what's it about? Is there
Mm-hmm.
reincarnation? What is spirit? Are there guides? What happens when you die?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, what is freedom?
Mm-hmm.
Well, another topic. What is freedom? Freedom says I can be who I am. I
Oh,
can
I like
say,
that.
yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
don't have to put on airs. It's like
Mm-hmm.
someone being on top of the mountain. And let's say it's a woman, and she roars for the sheer enjoyment of roaring like a lion,
Mm-hmm.
not caring who hears. That's freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I am who I am. You don't have to like me. You do not have to accept me. And you do not have to affirm me. When I do that to myself first, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So freedom, going back to freedom, I use the yin and yang aspects. And yin and yang have a lot to do with duality.
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So going back to my time, when I was searching, I got into Eastern thought. And Eastern thought had a lot to do with spirituality, why we're here, what's the journey, what's evolution, what's reincarnation, all those things, and who am I?
Mm-hmm.
The beauty of being in the West, because I am curious, well, how did I get here? So it's, well,
You're
yeah,
really
who am
sorry.
I?
There we go.
Who's this guy?
Sorry.
So, so
Sorry, Robert.
oh, it's, well, I love it. You know, being male, I remember being married, and
Mhm.
I had no clue of who I was. You know, what's a man? And my past wife, she left because I wasn't able to catch up to her spiritually. So
Oh.
that journey questioned me into, well, what's a man? Oh, what is a man? What are we supposed to do as a man? Well, am I the protector, provider, the controller? Am I those things, or am I
Mm-hmm.
more?
Mm-hmm.
So going deeper and deeper and deeper, it took me to the yin and the yang. And the yin and yang is comprised of, I don't know if you have a photo or I have one here. Perhaps one
Okay.
can see it. Oh, let's
There
see.
you go.
All right, you see that?
Yep.
So you can look at on the outside, there is a whole circle, and that's wholeness.
Oh, yeah.
Within the dark, which is feminine, there's also a circle, and that little circle can represent wholeness within the feminine. The white is the masculine energy, and again,
Oh.
there's a little circle in there, which again can represent wholeness within that masculine energy. So the feminine energy would be passive, receptive, its feelings, its intuition,
Yeah.
all those things. The masculine energy is goal setting, it's the
Oh, I see.
doing, action, all those aspects,
Mm-hmm.
and it can be the dominant energy. So what we're wanting to do is to know what those energies are within us. And it doesn't mean that we don't fluctuate between those energies. Hmm?
Okay, so there's duality inside of us also.
Yes.
Okay.
So within that duality, within that yin and yang, and actually that energy that started in about, people are saying, I read 2000 BC. It was in the Chinese dynasties,
Oh.
Taoist. So, however they received it, they realized at that time period that everything is energy. And the yin and yang are comprised of that duality, that energy within the duality of how we express ourselves.
Oh, cool. That's from China, huh?
Yeah, China
Hmm.
and the Ying dynasties. So, what I have learned, taking all that who I am and sharing this with clients now, that one can get within that duality of the black and white that you saw. I can bring that up one more time. So you see that black and white. So you
Mm-hmm.
see where the lines on the outside, one moves towards the dark, the other side moves toward the light.
Yes.
What I found, to move past that duality and all that we comprised of and who we are, to go in the middle.
So are we trying to combine all of that?
We're wanting to not combine it. We want to go past it,
Past it.
past the duality. So you have, okay, here's, let's see, I got my hands up. Yep, there they are. Very good.
They're here someplace.
So we got yin, we got yang.
Okay.
Right in the middle is where the freedom resides. You're not
Oh,
in that duality.
that's a good way of showing it. Thank you.
Yeah, so we're not in that duality anymore. So here we are. Person is walking down, let's say something comes up. Geez, God, I'm hung up on accomplishments. Oh, well, here we go. We go in the middle of the yin and yang. I am letting go of accomplishments. Doesn't mean that the person shouldn't try to accomplish something, but if it doesn't happen, there's not a failure there. You are more than what you accomplish. Whatever goes on in the physical body. And yes, it's nice to know why that has shown up. Sometimes when I had a knee issue, I would go and ask its grievance. But I'm also moving, even when I understand it, who I am is more than the physical body. I am more than what comes to me health-wise.
Right.
So what I'm getting at here is, by you, even when you're walking and you have a thought, okay, be aware of that thought. Then when we get into the middle of the yin and yang, that's where you let go. A suggestion. A good start is to write down, who are you?
Sounds like a trick question.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's an infinite question, right? An infinite question, it never ends.
Because it can be interpreted so many different ways and answered so many different ways.
Okay, well, I know I am empathic. Oh, great. Or I'm controlling. So we want more right now focus on those that keep us from being whole. Not so much. Empath is whole. You know who that is. To be an empath, you feel versus things that's coming from others. So let's say one is controlling, or one always has an expectation, or one is, geez, I need to be liked. So you write those things down. And if you can, ask, why do I need to be controlling? Oh, well.
Is that hard for people to do in the sessions? Or do you have to kind of talk them through it and pull it out?
If they know it already, let's say I'll ask them for four things about themselves that they want to release.
That they want to release. Okay.
So I need to let go of control. Or if they feel better with the word, I'm attached to controlling. Now, while they're there, I can help them understand.
Okay.
If we're talking about feelings, which often we are, control tells me, and eventually that individual, I control that so nobody gets to my heart except on my terms. If I'm vulnerable, because control is the opposite of trust. So when we're in a freedom session, I am letting go of control. And there's a way that we do that within the session to know that we're actually truly releasing it.
I can see this so beneficial for people to let go of those things that really hold you back.
Yeah.
And that's been ingrained in you pretty much all your life.
Yes. So we energetically, in my time, we choose our family. There's a partial truth. We choose the energy of what the family dynamic represents. And coming into this world in duality, that duality is based on us moving past those aspects within the duality that keeps us from being whole. We can move past the duality, the yes and the no, the right and the wrong. Where every single soul, I believe, wholeheartedly wants to be free.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
want that. We don't want to feel, oh my God, you hurt me. And yes, we're going to have those feelings. But
Mm-hmm.
the key is to let go of it. So yes, in freedom, doing the between the yin and yang, we don't necessarily have to know the reason why one is holding on to the hurt.
Okay, but then you can work through in releasing that
Yes,
and finding freedom within yourself.
right. It helps. It augments the ability to be free. So in this journey, when I work with people on freedom, it's not, we don't have to go into a deep meditation.
Mm-hmm.
All we want to do is get relaxed, feel ourselves within the middle of the duality. And in that area, which I help people, is to how to let go of that which they're holding on to.
So, is it just like a conversation that you're having with that person, trying to peel back the layers, or how does that work exactly?
I'm going to show them how to do it. Really easy.
When they come for consult, when they come to see you.
Yeah, when they see me.
Okay. Hmm.
And we'll get into
So they can come out a changed person from your sessions.
concept of getting into freedom is it's a very new dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
The wholeness comes to understanding why, the reason, and it always 100% comes back from mommy or daddy.
Well, yes, because those are your main people growing up.
The
And
beauty of it,
yeah.
just to have a side step here, you might say, it's not so much that we have to go back to the child and say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I'm here for you, and I'm never going to leave you, and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what we want to do is what the child wants for the adult. The child who's been with us from the time we're born all the
Mm-hmm.
way up to our present age knows exactly what it wants. So the child may say, well, often, I want you to be happy. Well, what gets in the way? Well, I'm not in my truth. Okay, let's go into the middle of the yin and yang. We're
Mm-hmm.
going to release your inability to not be in truth.
Well,
Wow.
that's huge. That's
That
huge.
is huge. It's
Huge.
not hard. You're just changing the energy of the mind's concept of who we are.
I bet that's mind blowing for people when they come in. That happens to them.
Yes,
Yeah, because it'll
yes,
change your whole world and how you approach things and how you feel about yourself too.
yeah.
And you're getting your power back too.
So when we come into the world, our mind has a film.
Mm-hmm.
We take in, those of us who believe in past lives, whatever was not accomplished in that past
Right.
life for our learning, we
Mm-hmm.
come into this lifetime to learn or sometimes unlearn those things that keep us from being whole.
Right.
The
That makes so much
beauty,
sense.
the beauty of what we're doing in freedom, we're clearing up much of the mind's BS, mind that keeps us from being whole.
Mm-hmm.
We will be born again. However, when we come back, and also when we die, we have that aspects of freedom through our mind that we're taking with us.
Right. Oh, very cool. Okay.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's this aspect of moving into the yin and yang is simple, it's powerful, and it shifts the dynamic in who we think we are based upon not being enough. This is where we get inner truth. We
Okay.
release the false self. This is it.
So people come to you. It seems like it's something that can be done if you're open pretty immediately.
It's easy.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
serious. It is
Okay.
easy. It
Yeah.
is very easy.
You don't have to go through years of therapy or anything like that.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll give a little bit of what happens. I have the person relax. Here's the yin on the left. Usually it's on the left. And sometimes when I did it, it was on the right, but eventually,
Hmm.
and then the yang is on the right.
Okay.
Yin, left, masculine, feminine. And then I
Okay.
help them go in the middle. And then in
Okay.
the middle is where we release.
Okay.
It's not a
It,
meditation. It's no deep. All the person has to do is maybe take 2 minutes, and that's it. And the
so,
suggestion.
Robert, can you clear up a whole bunch of things? Because, like, a lot of people are really messed up. I mean, that's true. It's true.
Okay, yes,
I mean, yeah,
the
a lot of
person.
people have childhood traumas and, dealing with loss or, there's a lot of things that we experience during our lifetime. So that's very cool.
Okay, so a
Very
person.
freeing.
Here's the. Somebody is going back.
Hmm.
Person's holding on to their childhood, or mommy, daddy, da 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 da, and they're holding on. So they want to play the victim. To move into freedom means one has to have the courage to realize they do not have to hold on to being a victim. They do not have to hold on to that which tells them they're not enough. So I will, when I'm with someone, and let's say they're holding on to guilt.
Hmm.
Oh, what's positive about holding on to guilt? And the person will, nothing. I said, oh,
Yeah,
well,
I'm thinking
right. So
nothing.
why are you holding on to it?
Hmm.
So I don't know. I
But
tell them,
I know someone who's holding on to stuff from childhood.
right.
And I think she gets something out of it by not releasing it and not moving past that and letting it keeping affect her time after time after time. I have to be careful what I say because I might insult her.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, they're not free, for one thing, because that's their identity.
Yes, and they
So
get. Yeah.
that's why for some people that I work with, and I let them know, it takes courage. Because once you drop that,
Yes.
who am I?
Hmm.
So when I ask people, when I'm doing this beautiful, dynamic, powerful journey of getting free, it
Hmm.
helps to first, what are you holding on to? You do not have to go so deep in understanding the reason. Just know that it's there.
Hmm.
Because our mind, we walk every day, we're bombarded by the technology, by
Yeah.
the energy of everything that is going on. There's no stillness.
Hmm.
So again, in India, yes, you have the stillness. There's ways they know that it's part of their culture to do that. Those who wish. Our culture, it's harder. We're
Right.
always moving. We're always doing. Our self-esteem is based upon what we do, not who we are.
And what we accomplished.
There you go.
Hmm. Yeah.
In the middle of this beautiful Chinese yin and yang
Oh my
coming
gosh.
forth, it's incredibly beautiful. We don't have to go to a deep meditation to do it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Don't have to. Just know that it's there. And and just let it go. That's it.
It's simple. It's simple. We just don't know how to do that. And you can help us get to that point.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Sessions, do they usually take a half hour, hour? Um,
Oh, to do it?
yeah.
Oh, it could be done in 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
I'm
Okay.
serious.
That's very cool. And can you do this remotely? Obviously you can, but can you
Yes,
do
we
it?
can do it remotely.
Okay, cool.
So, I mean, we can go 10 minutes 15, but the idea of this process is first knowing what it is,
Mm-hmm.
what are you holding on to.
Mm-hmm. And releasing.
I show
Okay.
them how to get in to the middle of the yin and yang, how to
Uh-huh.
get into the middle of the duality.
Mm-hmm.
Once we're in there, how to release. And they can do it. I'm not going to show them what format, for lack of a better word, to do, how to do it. They can do it on what works for them.
And Robert, if they slip back, then they have those tools to draw from to get back to center. Would that be
Well,
correct?
write it down. Have them write it down first. No,
Yeah.
this is what I'm working on. Two, if
Mm-hmm.
they need to get it out of their mind.
Mm-hmm.
So writing it down moves the energy out of the physical body, has a place to go. It's there. It's not
Mm-hmm.
forgetful. But it's hard to forget. Once the person is committed to it, I'm serious.
Well, it's
Once the person
ingrained.
is committed to it,
Mm-hmm.
I want to let go of not being enough.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I am letting go of not being
Not
enough.
being enough.
Bingo. There, and then we release. Wow. It's
Gosh
awesome.
darn it.
It's awesome. So you do this every day, 5 minutes. That's
Oh,
all.
okay. Okay.
You got to do this every day.
Mm-hmm.
So you're reacclimating the mind.
Retraining it. Yep.
You're retraining it.
I remember hearing about that, like even with hypnotherapy, you got to do it 30 days straight before it's really going to create a change. I
Right.
don't know if that's true with what you're doing, but I remember hearing that years ago.
Yeah, I did hypnotherapy. That part was because to me, hypnotherapy was a lot more mental. There was a counting down. You use the mind to get one relaxed instead of, because in meditation, people would always, many would have the mind get in the way and it was hard for them to get relaxed. But
Mm.
you use the mind to count down. It's a process.
Okay.
And then eventually one could get used to doing it without having to count, so to speak. That makes sense.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Did we cover everything that you wanted to talk about?
Eventually, if one wanted to,
Mm-hmm.
one would want to let go of an attachment to their positive aspects. Eventually, because that is also part of duality.
I
Yeah,
like my positive aspects.
doesn't mean you drop it. That you're not hung up. The ego is not hung up on it. So, an example. So when I first started, Mayor Baba, who is my teacher,
Teacher.
told me to do psychic fairs. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing a psychic fair. Client is with me, and it was really important that she got what I was saying. If she didn't, I was attached to her getting it.
Oh, got it.
Right?
Okay.
If she didn't get it, I'm not enough.
Yeah, you're
I
a
failed.
failure.
So that's what I'm getting at.
I understand now. Okay, now I understand.
Thank you. That's important aspect.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of yin and yang, freedom is letting go of every aspect of who we are. Okay, let me shift again. I saw the eyes go.
uh, who am I going to be if I let go of everything that I am?
Your spirit self.
Then I won't be in this body.
Well, you'll be in a body, but you will not be attached to anything.
Oh my God.
And in that attachment, the dynamics, who you are, your heart will expand even more so. expand to different aspects of self that you didn't even know were there. Okay, if I go back to one of the things in India, we talk of energy. In India, they talk of prana.
Mm-hmm.
Prana is a different energy. And in that prana, one is now moving and knowing that they are no longer the physical body. Who they are is primal energy. And that energy has an ability to go past, definitely past the duality, and to touch in different realms of spirituality. Not important. the main aspect now is freedom. When you touch freedom, that energy is going to continue of who am I?
Mm-hmm.
Which we shared earlier. Who am I? Well,
Robert, would this help the evolution of our soul?
oh God, yes.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
God, yes.
Okay. You have a lot to offer, you know that. You really do. You have so much to offer people.
Yeah. The interesting thing is sharing. Sometimes I'll do psychic fairs. I don't get hardly anyone. And it's interesting. And I was understanding, well, what's the reason?
Mm-hmm.
Because where I put it right out there, go within, know who you are, different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Many people are not ready to make a shift in
Right.
knowing their
Yes.
inner truth of who they are. This dynamic, however, is easier, simpler, safer,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because people, for many, I'm going to backstep just a tad.
Okay.
When people go to, and I've met psychics who help people go within, know
Mm-hmm.
why do they attract that to themselves. Some tarot readers, if a person goes to a reader, a tarot reader, whatever it is, and they're going and they get the answer, and if they're not told why they first attracted that and how to get rid of it,
Mm-hmm.
then the mind, that old trickster mind, is going to get in the way and create the doubts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Going into the yin and yang, we do not necessarily need to know the whys and wherefores of why and how to release.
That is the key. That is the key. And that's what's going to produce change quickly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now it'd be nice to go back.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can help them get into the reason. Main
Mm-hmm.
thing, know your birthright. Your
Mm-hmm.
birthright is to be free.
Yeah.
That's your birthright.
Mm-hmm. Robert, what do you call this? Is it? I mean, if someone were to book a session with you, what's it called? Is it
Attaining
energy?
emotional freedom.
Emotional freedom. Okay. Okay.
That seems to have the best flow.
Whew. Okay. This is kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I love it. I love learning all this new stuff.
Oh, and you are that type of person that is curious about everything. So
I
of
know.
course.
And I think people just want to tell me to shut up sometimes. I
Oh,
do. Because I question, because I want to know.
yeah.
I really, truly want. I'm not trying to be annoying. I want to know things. Yeah.
Well, there should be more people like you because based on your curiosity, gets you to where you are and who you are today.
Hey, I'm going to do, I'm not going to cuss. I'm going to do as much as I can in this lifetime while I have these experiences and grow from them. I want to evolve. I want to know more and more and do more and more. Yeah.
Well, I sense in a past life you were a healer. And it's interesting. I feel also you were psychic.
I'm a psychic now. I'm a psychic medium, and then I keep getting told you need to use your gifts, and I'm thinking I don't have time. But yeah,
You need
I'll
to
get there.
forgive?
Huh?
Did you say forgive?
No, I didn't say forgive. My time. I just don't have. My time. The minute I get up
Uh,
until I finally relax, I'm going, 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 going.
that's your
I think
style.
I know, and I'm a Virgo,
Yeah.
so
So there
you
you go.
you throw all that in, and yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Robert. Anything else before we sign off?
If you wish to get more information, you can contact me or text me at 503-866-7289. And my webmail is rzakian, Zakian, at aligningwithsoul.com.
Okay, and that will be at the bottom of the video too, so you can see that.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right, Robert. Don't get off. I want to talk to you for a few minutes.
Yeah, it
But
was great connecting.
thank you for coming.
Thank you all.
Okay.
Happy new journey, hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.